we need to talk about July
Woo!
4th and what we like to eat on July 4th because this week we're talking about the top 10 4th of July foods.
Nice. Nice. I like to eat.
I like to eat too. And I'll go ahead
I
and get it out of the
agree.
way. I don't have a blame Terry slide this week, but I will give you
Okay.
my story that I told them before we came on. Bring on the beer, Amy says. So I was sitting there the morning of July 4th. I got up early and I thought, I'm going to make some chili. Guess what was not on the list? Chili was not on the list of options to this.
Okay, before we jump into the 4th of July, because I had to have Google help me, Terry. At
We
AEW
jumped in on it.
Revolution 2023, Hangman Adam Page defeated Jon Moxley in a Texas death match. The match concluded with Page choking Moxley out with the chain wrapped around his neck, forcing him to tap out during the 10 count. Victory marked Hangman Adam Page's first win in a Texas death match and his first victory against Jon Moxley in their rivalry.
Wow.
So my point was Hangman ain't going 2-0 against Mox in Texas death matches because if there's anything that little nerd that runs the company will remember, it's that. Now, that little nerd probably didn't celebrate 4th of July because more than likely he's a communist. But we're going to talk about 4th of July food. And Terry, I'm ready now.
Okay. So we are talking about top 10 4th of July foods today. I was giving you a little bit of a story that when I was doing some stuff on the 4th of July morning with the list, the poll is out at this point. I was making chili and I realized chili was not even on the options. It wasn't even on the emailed options for the first round because now our process involves some of us voting in the correct options. It wasn't on there.
And if you want to get on the list, reach out to Terry and we can
That's
get
right.
you on the big list. And then we do the
Absolutely.
narrower list.
That's
But
right.
Terry, real question. It was July the 4th. What in the fuck are you doing cooking chili in Huntsville, Alabama on July the 4th?
It just
Chili,
happened to be the day I was cooking it.
chili is cold weather food, sir. Cold weather food.
Okay. Hey, I like chili, okay? But I didn't put chili powder in there. I got some taco seasoning, some Cholula taco seasoning that was garlic chili taco seasoning, and that's what I used. But anyway,
Okay.
Very nice.
more about that later. The other thing, and I realized this may be a southern thing because Allison didn't even know what I was talking about. I did not have chicken stew on the list, and Allison said, "What is chicken stew?" So let me read these ingredients off for you, Allison.
Yes, I'm listening.
A basic chicken stew typically includes chicken, either thighs or breasts, vegetables like carrots, celery, and onions, and a flavorful broth. Other common ingredients include potatoes, garlic, herbs like thyme and parsley, and sometimes
Mhm.
tomatoes, flour for thickening, and seasonings like salt, pepper, and bay leaves.
Making a roux, thickening it up. Okay.
Yeah, and I will say that chicken stews are sold a lot by volunteer fire departments down here in the South.
I had
I don't
never
know.
heard of this.
I don't know.
Yeah. Every church and volunteer fire department has a chicken plate special,
They
Allison.
do. Yeah.
Barbecue chicken, green beans, boiled potatoes, piece of bread, and a lemon cake to boot.
Huh,
It's a
okay.
thing.
Well,
It's a thing.
according to Miss Amy, birthday month queen, 4th of July is picnic food. Chili and stew do not qualify. So there you go.
Okay.
You're covered.
Well, then we did okay.
We did.
Let's talk
Is
about
ham
what just missed the list.
picnic food?
Okay.
Anyway, go on, Terry. What missed the list?
Ugh.
So
Damn it.
we've
All the
got
salads.
potato salad,
No. Gross.
pasta salad, some
Yes.
kebabs, and margaritas. Barely.
Terry, are
missed it.
you a mustard potato salad guy?
I'm not a mustard anything, honestly.
My grandmother has the best recipe for potato salad.
I
If you
would
like
use-
potato salad, because clearly Allison is over there.
I
I'm
don't
more
like
of a mayonnaise
mayonnaise.
base.
See, I don't like mayonnaise anything. Mayonnaise.
I like
base-
vinegary flavors, so
Mm.
throw that in there. I'm good too.
Yeah,
Same.
this had vinegar and it has mustard and it does have some mayonnaise, but not a lot.
Devin likes both. He wants both the mustard.
So
And
pasta
there's
salad.
rumors about people putting raisins in there. I've
Oh,
never-
stop right now.
No, that's wrong. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wrong.
They talk
Kebabs
about it
didn't
on
make
the
it.
internet.
How did margaritas not make the list? How about margs?
Because
were
we
my
had
favorite
beer.
drink
Because we
back in the day.
we
They
had beer
almost
on
made the list. I put a lot of cocktails on there. I just put a list of them.
Margaritas,
Yes.
frozen or on the rocks?
Yes.
Yeah, all of them.
Yes.
All
Yes.
of the above.
Flavored original. Yes. The answer is always
Mine was
yes.
mine was always on the rocks because I was going to make sure that I didn't lose any of the alcohol in
Okay.
the
Got it.
in the frozen mix.
I may or may not have a margarita maker, like the frozen.
Bring it to Charlotte. No.
It'll
Yeah,
fit
I
in the
can
bag.
just see me getting on the plane with my giant, with my
Trust me.
big box margarita maker.
We're going to be there 2 days, or 2 overnight days, and she'll be checking a bag, so
That's
it'll be
hilarious.
I'm not checking a bag this time.
Oh, I am.
Miracle.
I always
Oh,
do.
God.
fine. Oh.
All right, let's
And-
talk about the
and-
top 10.
Amy says why margaritas didn't make the list, but beer probably did because beer is easier to deal with on a boat.
Amy also says she's checking a bag. Color me fucking
Yes,
surprised.
I know.
You're
gotta
all
have extra
terrible.
space for all the goodies that you plan to get.
I'm bringing
That's right.
1 bag, and that is it.
I have to bring Andrew a pillow. I don't know how the hell I'm going to bring that, but I'm gonna.
And
I
I'm
have to bring now. Listen, I have to bring stuff that I bought at the Bananas game for you guys.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
All right, I got to make
If
sure I
we
have
weren't
room
going
in
to
my
Charlotte, I don't know when you guys would get this because I ain't mailing it apparently.
No.
All right,
we didn't do
number 10, macaroni
Hell
and
yeah.
cheese.
As we've discussed, I love macaroni and cheese. I don't care about the cheese, like what flavor it is. Macaroni and cheese, that's my jam.
Well, let me tell
So-
you, and this is low income special here, but I prefer like the neon orange powdery cheese that you mix in. I want it to be as lowbrow as possible. That's the macaroni and cheese I want.
Okay, I have standards, and those are beneath them.
Well,
But-
hold on, because I didn't grow up. Remember, I didn't grow up in the South, so baked stuff like this, we didn't really have a lot of this. I had a lot of Greek food and stuff, but I didn't have fresh macaroni and cheese. So I'm kind of right with Terry.
I
You
got
give me
another
that
one for you.
powder-
Let me stick my fork in there, and I want to pick up half of it. It's all lumped together.
Baked macaroni and cheese or regular macaroni and cheese? I'm asking all the questions tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I got corrected at work one time when I said these same things. This snooty woman said, "You're talking about macaroni dinner," and I was like, "Okay." There's
hell is
macaroni in
talking
there,
about-
and there's cheese in
I'm
there.
talking about macaroni and cheese or baked macaroni and cheese, and in my world, there's a difference because the baked
Kraft
macaroni and cheese,
macaroni and cheese. Yes,
the baked macaroni and cheese has either breadcrumbs and or Ritz crackers on it.
correct.
All right, that's number
And
10.
that's the one I'm making. Number
We
9.
could talk
Terry.
about this all night.
I know.
I like all of it, honestly, except for the really bland stuff you get at the buffet sometimes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Or
that's right.
Put
Yeah.
some flavor in there. Number 9, ribs.
Pork ribs, beef ribs.
baby back.
So you like pork. Okay.
Well, let me go ahead and throw this out there. How do y'all like the American flag background? For
Very
all the
nice.
foods? Is that
Very
not
nice.
great for the 4th of
It's
July?
very nice.
Very good
today.
job.
ChatGPT did a really good job with that.
Yes. Yeah. No,
I'm going
my
beef
dad
rib.
barbecues. Yeah.
extra saucy. Put the
You like
sauce on.
beef ribs, huh?
So
I like beef ribs extra saucy.
I
I'm
like
more
my
pork.
sauce caramelized. So I want you, after you put that sauce on, to keep them on the grill a little bit longer. That's my sweet spot for ribs.
Mine's the Kansas City where it's got the sweet and tangy,
Mm-hmm.
and you let that. I mean, you just smother it, and then you need a wet nap to finish wiping your hands off when you're done eating.
Yep.
My favorite place to get ribs in Huntsville was Gibson's Barbecue. And they had a kitchen fire about 3 years ago and it burned down.
Oh no.
And it's a real sadness because it was excellent. It's not Big Bob Gibson's. That's over in Decatur. That's the world famous one. This was like a cousin or a son or something. They've got several of these around, but that was my favorite place. And they're not there anymore.
That
unfortunately.
sucks.
So I really only ate my dad's barbecue for the longest time. I was never one who would go out and find a barbecue place. But here
Right.
in Connecticut, we've got a place called Bear's Barbecue where they're from the South and they came up here and they opened a couple of restaurants. Fantastic stuff.
We got pizza places like that down here. That's interesting.
I was left to my own devices the other night. Went to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, and I had a
Oh.
barbecue sandwich, pulled pork, barbecue vinegar base, which is fine. Because here's
Mm.
the trick, ladies and gentlemen: the coleslaw that you put on the pork sandwich and eat with extra sauce, magnificent.
Speaking of barbecue and speaking of Charlotte, the last time I was in Charlotte, it was for a music festival.
Hmm.
And I went to this place, Sticky Fingers, on Sunday,
Yep.
and they had all you can eat buffet, and you got to take a plate with you.
Now, see,
Oh,
that's marketing at its best.
that
And
is.
I'm also familiar with Sticky Fingers, both the restaurant and in other ways. You'll get that in 10 minutes for some of you. But
All right,
Poor
timestamp 120.
Oh my goodness.
but Sticky Fingers is fantastic.
E is not for everyone,
I am not for everyone either. So anyway,
When I
but
lived
it
in
is. It's a
Florida,
really good place. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, when I was in Florida, God, I'm looking at the years, 27 years ago. When I lived in West Palm, we had a place in Jupiter that was called Park Avenue Ribs, and they had all you could eat, and it was like $20.
Mm.
And we would go like 10 of us from work, and they hated us because we would stay for hours, because they also served beer in pitchers, and like it was perfect. Good stuff. All right, what's number 8?
Number 8 is baked beans. Big on the list.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
I'll eat them, but I mean, they're just kind of there to me.
do you like barbecued baked beans or regular baked beans or Bush's baked beans, or does it
Yes.
matter?
Yes.
I like a chunk of bacon floating in them somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good flavoring right there. Yeah.
I usually do the mustard and brown sugar gimmick.
Oh,
But I
that's
prefer the macaroni and cheese over the baked beans, though.
That is also a fact.
Oh, okay.
So those who voted down the mac and cheese, I don't agree with you.
What in the
Alright.
world?
I
So,
like this.
as you know, it's the baseball update just randomly before we get to number 7. Chicago is playing St. Louis. St. Louis is an okay baseball team. This is in Chicago. It is 11-0 in the top of the 6th.
Goodness.
Chicago is running away with this one, the Cubbies. But anyway, Terry, what is number 7 on the list?
Number 7 is watermelon, and I support
Yes.
this.
I really support this because this is the time of year you go to the roadside fruit stand and you spend $26 on a big ass watermelon, and it is fantastic. Like when it squirts you, behave yourself, Allison. When you cut it open,
Oh, good Lord.
when you cut it open and it shoots you in the face, behave yourself, Allison. You know it's a good watermelon. It is a fantastic watermelon. What in the world? Are you
Amy.
a communist too?
Amy doesn't like
Seriously.
watermelon.
Amy doesn't like
Listen,
watermelon. She
I
is a
get
communist.
watermelon
water-
every time I step foot in the grocery store, and I'm bougie, so I get the already cut up pieces in the little
Oh,
plastic
Terry ain't
container.
working for it. That's what
No,
I'm
I
saying.
ain't, I ain't bringing out a knife. I'm eating it on the drive home. So
I love it.
I love
I get
watermelon.
that,
I don't
and
know
then
what's
on
wrong with
Saturday
Amy.
mornings when I'm at the grocery store, I get some shrimp. So I'm eating shrimp and watermelon. I know doesn't really go together, but I don't care. I like both of them on the way home.
Hey, look, if
That
you've never
works.
tried it, watermelon and feta salad. It sounds weird. It's freaking amazing.
Mm.
So,
This
big
is
fan of
probably the
watermelon.
top fruit, I would imagine.
Same.
Well, I don't
I'm
know.
not a huge fruit person, but I could every vacation I go on where there's a buffet and I find myself not eating a lot of fruit, this is my go-to. I'm like, ooh,
Cantaloupe.
Of course, I may be wrong. 'Cause I
Slightly
think
better than
it
watermelon.
may not be the top fruit. But anyway,
oh,
number
oh,
6, brats and
Mm.
sausages.
mm. Yum. Yes. Mm. Big fan.
I'm a big fan of German food,
Mhm. Yep.
but Not really brats and sausages as much.
Well,
as
the good
shit.
news is General George motherfucking Patton led the army to conquer the Germans back in the 1940s. But we don't have to have bratwurst. We're going to have red hot dogs in this house. But we'll go
But
ahead
listen,
and accept it.
where did some of those Germans end up? Right here in Huntsville, Alabama.
That's
Probably.
true. Yeah,
So they changed our culture
that's
Yeah.
a
right.
great deal.
I mean, personally, I'm a big fan. Get one of those thin, long, round that's coiled up Italian sausages.
Mhm.
Throw that whole big thing on the grill. Throw some lemon and garlic on that. Yes, absolutely. Big fan.
All you need for these is just plain yellow mustard. That's it. Plain yellow mustard.
I'll stick with the schnitzel.
Mm.
Anyway,
Top
it's
five
got to now. I
answers.
prefer it to be veal, but
Ooh.
folks don't have veal a lot of times. They end
Because you're
up
killing the
either
baby
giving
lamb.
you
Yeah, people have
pork
a lot of
or
issues with that.
chicken,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I want the veal.
No,
But the
you
food
want the
truck
veal.
doesn't have the veal. Anyway,
We're bougie people and we have money when it comes to food. What is number
That's right.
5?
number 5 is steak. Look at the
Steak is
marbleization in this cartoon steak.
Too much fat. Too much fat.
Steak is number 5?
It is.
First of all, hold on. Not only is steak number 5 shocking, but you just said too much fat.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
Now,
of fat.
retract your statement.
Well, I will say the ring
Marbling
around,
is good. That's
Yeah.
a shit ton of fat for me.
on the edge. I'll agree
Yeah.
on the edge. Like if you get a New York strip and sometimes it has like that
Yeah.
giant bar of fat on the side,
I'm done. I can't eat it.
not great.
No.
That's why I like the ribeyes. But sometimes they have the big gob of fat in the middle.
Well, stop
That's a
talking
bit
about
much
the fat,
sometimes.
please.
If fat equals flavor.
Marbling of the
Yeah.
fat equals flavor,
Yeah.
not big ass hunks of fat on it.
I don't want it to be defragged. There's a nerd joke for you.
Oh, oh God! I'm gonna say that the reason probably this isn't that high up on the list is because a lot of
Not
people.
really a 4th of July food.
That's what I was gonna say. It's great for a barbecue or a
Yeah.
dinner party. 4th of July, you usually got a lot of people you got to feed. You ain't gonna feed them all steak.
Well, and Amy's point was beer is a little easier on the boat.
But yeah,
And you're moving, even if you're not on a boat, you're moving around doing stuff on the 4th of
Yeah.
July, doing fireworks, and you're not sitting there with a plate on your lap. Not that you got to cut. You've got a paper plate with something else on it that we probably
Got it.
mention a little bit higher up in the list. That's all I'll say. But,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah, but when we dine together, steak is on the menu.
oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, we're using knives on a plate when we do that.
Yeah. And real plates and real napkins that they
That's
stick in the
right.
washing machine afterwards.
And we're wearing pants. Number 4,
Sometimes.
beer.
Beer.
Here
I
it
am
is.
shocked this is this low.
This is beer brand beer. It comes in cans or bottles.
Homer's beer. It looks like Homer's beer.
But the bottom line is July the 4th in the South, that shit better be ice cold. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
difference between cold beer and ice cold beer. And this better be ice cold when it's 100 freaking degrees outside.
Gross.
Like when you drink it, it hurts. That's how cold it needs to be.
Yep, agree.
Beer headache.
Mhm.
Hurt the teeth, like the
Oh,
teeth
yeah.
sensitivity. Yeah,
yeah.
That's how cold it needs to be.
All right, what's our beer going with? What's number 3?
Number 3, grilled corn on the cob.
Really? Mm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I just wouldn't have expected it at number 3.
Man. Amazing. I love it.
It's so again, think of 4th of July. This is a great thing to prepare to just cook and then put on the side, and anybody can grab it and eat it. And you don't have to worry about the knife, the fork, just pick up your corn on the
And by
We
this time,
love,
the corn's really
corn,
good.
but apparently just not on pizza.
No. Nobody likes corn on pizza
Nobody
but Terry
likes corn.
Weaver.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not a real thing.
That's a Terry thing. But yeah.
It's a thing, I agree.
It is.
Nobody else voted
Sausage,
for it.
onions, and corn. My
Oh,
three favorite.
Stop it. Oh,
You can
And he
revisit that
probably-
if you go look for the top 10 pizza toppings
the
from
worst part is,
last
Alex,
year.
he probably wants it on thick crust too. Like
Oh
not
God.
not a thick hand tossed crust, but like
No,
the
no,
thick
no, no.
Chicago style crust.
No, I don't want that.
Oh. Anyway, corn is awesome. Yay, corn.
All
Grilled
right.
corn is fantastic.
We should already know the top 2, but what order are they in?
Yes. It's gonna go
Number
hamburgers.
2,
Hot dogs are 1, hamburgers are 2. I knew it.
hamburgers are number 2.
Yes.
But that's got cheese on it.
Right.
Okay,
It's a
Arn.
topping for a hamburger. It's a
I guess I
topping
should have
for a
just put
hamburger.
burgers, huh?
Yeah, well, that's a cheeseburger. Once you put cheese on it, you have changed it to a cheeseburger. Nobody says it's a hamburger with cheese. They call it a cheeseburger.
I beg to differ, but that is exactly what they call it in some restaurants.
So I saw a video the
hell
other day
you
where somebody was
say?
posing the question: if you take a bunch of ham and you grind it up into a patty and you grill it
Hamburger.
and you put it on a bun, what do you call that?
A ham hamburger. Disgusting. Gross. Something I would
agree
never
with that,
eat.
yeah. Sounds
Just-
horrible. I'm not a big ham fan. I'll just tell
No,
you.
what's on your hamburger?
I'm normally getting bacon, onions, not tomatoes. Lettuce is a waste of time. And I probably go with, I prefer mayonnaise over ketchup and mustard.
Allison will tell you lettuce is a filler, so I bet it's
Correct.
not on her hamburger either.
That is correct. Lettuce, tomato, absolutely a filler. So I usually stay away from the tomatoes because some tomatoes give me hives. I don't know, so I usually stay away. But then I'll add the ketchup. So ask me like I'm an idiot. But ketchup, mustard, cheese, and I like a little bit of raw onion and pickles for sure.
Mine is typically light mustard, light ketchup. With the hamburger, I like Terry's idea with bacon, pickle and onion guy, and a tomato. But the tomato needs to be a fresh tomato, not that bullshit you get at the store.
I really
means you
enjoy
only-
some pickles, but I've never been
Oh.
big on pickles because they're inconsistent. You
That's
have
a
one
very
bite with a
good point.
pickle, and then you got another bite without a pickle, and that's really
Do
why I
you
don't-
have a bun preference, either of you, for these hamburgers?
Potato bun.
Okay.
Sorry, I said that really fast.
It's
but
one of those that it's almost like I'll know it when I take a bite. You know, I don't know that I know ahead of time, but potato bun is huge.
I do like the sesame seed. I'll be honest. I do.
Yeah.
I do like. Yeah, I know this has sesame seeds in the chat.
Sure,
GPT
yeah.
page. But the I think they're the ballpark is really what they are, and they're almost like a yellow bun, like they're a yellow bread.
That's
Oh,
a potato
yeah.
bun.
I like that one.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, those are really
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Normally, my favorite bread is sourdough across the board.
Same.
So if you got a sourdough bun, that's probably pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
All
number
right.
one should be
Number one
I mean-
should
With the
be
bullet.
and is hot dogs.
yeah.
Okay. Most important question: sauerkraut or no sauerkraut?
No sauerkraut. God,
Sauerkraut. Yeah.
Communist.
Stay away. Stay away from
Andrew's
me with
a
that
communist.
sauerkraut
That's it.
bullshit.
I don't do
Reuben.
mustard. I
Nope.
do sauerkraut.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Pretty much just sauerkraut. Or I might do
Onion
chili
pickles
dog.
fine. Onion pickles fine, but the way that you cook a proper North Carolina hot dog, it's called North Carolina Red Hots. You put that bitch on the grill to about the point where it's going to explode, and it's going to
Yep.
have char lines on it, nice and black. You put it in said ballpark yellow hot dog bun, and you put yellow mustard over the top of it, and you eat it. This is me being what's his face from the Sandlot teaching Smalls how to eat a fucking s'more at this point. That's how you eat a hot dog properly.
I've never had one of those.
A Carolina Red Hot, we can fix that. You're going to be in Charlotte. I
Well,
promise you we'll have them there.
Okay.
But I don't need chili. I don't need onions. I don't need pickle. I'll eat them that way. But stay the hell away from me with sauerkraut on a hot dog. What is
Now,
wrong with you?
Look, I'm gonna qualify this. I grew up on Long Island. I had an original Nathan's restaurant around the corner from me, so we would frequently go get a fresh grilled hot dog with the snap of that case, and then you threw some fresh hot sauerkraut on top of that. There was nothing better in the world.
See, I'll get it fresh. I will fuck with the Nathan's hot dog, but you ain't getting sauerkraut near it.
Big mistake.
Not getting it near my wiener.
Something about the crunch of the hot dog when you bite through the crisp skin, and then the addition of that crunchy sauerkraut as well. Just phenomenal.
You're
I'm
a
hungry, and I wanna
disgusting
go get-
individual. How are you my best friend? I don't
So
know.
there is another food truck story in Huntsville.
Oh.
There's a food truck called New South Hot Dogs and Sushi, and they combine the two, and you get sushi toppings on a hot dog, and they call it the crunchy dog, and it is fabulous.
Really?
Yes.
I would fuck with that too, just to be honest about
it's
it.
good.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
Shout out
I
to
mean-
them. I have not had that in a long time. I would love
Yeah.
to have that.
I know. I've been promising Lex a trip to Coney Island, and Nathan's is on our list.
Nathan's. On the
Shout
most
out to Joey.
magical place on earth.
So shout out, I believe Joey Chestnut won again this
He
year.
did.
He re-entered the race for how many hot dogs and most hot dogs eaten, and he won again.
He got disqualified for eating turkey hot dogs last year, as he should have been, or the impossible sausages or whatever he was
Oh my
representing.
goodness. So Devin had 7 hot dogs this weekend.
Brazen.
Impressive.
Congratulations. Hot dog eating is fucking disgusting. And I mean,
Because of the way they do it. I saw a video where they were acting out the people that came up with, like the Nathan people coming up with the competition. And one of them was like, we got to make them eat it like a hot dog. And they're like, no, don't worry about that. It's crazy what they dip the whole bread in water and eat it.
it's not happening. As much as Bober says Andrew versus Chestnut next 4th of July, I'm good for 2 hot dogs, homie. I'm not going to inhale them like it's my fucking job or like I'm on a Tinder date. You can think about that for a minute. But here's the thing.
E is not for everyone.
E is not for everyone. But I am not impressed with food eating competitions. That it is absolutely disgusting. As somebody who enjoys food, I like to savor it and I like to enjoy it and smell it and taste it. You couldn't get me near a fucking hot dog eating contest. Not happening.
So
Not even on
they
the-
have this annual, one of the places I used to work has this annual organization day thing. And it's like,
Correct.
It's like, they have a bunch of contests and stuff. Well, they had a moon pie eating contest.
Oh,
at one of
Lord.
these, and they're telling about it. And a couple of my coworkers and I said, let's go watch the moon pie eating contest. And we think that these guys are going to be shoving them in their mouth like crazy. We go over there, and I swear they're like unwrapping them, taking a bite, really enjoying it, like my dad would, And it's like, my God, the winner's going to eat 3. And I don't know what it ended up. It was a horrible
That's not,
situation.
Yeah. I'm not a food eating contest person. Like hot wing eating contests or hot dog eating no, not me. Now that moon pie contest, if I liked moon pies, I could have got down with, but I don't even like moon pies that much. So anyway, Terry, run it down. Top 10.
Running it down. Number 10, mac and cheese. Number 9, ribs. Number 8, baked beans. Number 7, watermelon. Number 6, brats and sausages. Number 5, steak. Number 4, beer. I live in that 4 or 5 category there. Number 3, grilled corn on the cob. Number 2, hamburgers. And number 1, hot dogs.
Hot
This
dog.
is America.
Correct. Proof that we still get it right.
I like this list. We're always more agreeable when it's a food list.
Well, there's a lot more
not always.
conversation because we're
Right.
interested in it.
Right.
Terry will never forgive us for bad mouthing corn on pizza. He'll never
Because it's
forgive
not a
him.
thing.
And bottle caps. And
And you guys call me old. You call me old.
I might have said something off color about bottle caps one time.